So Xapien as a solution really is designed to fit in at the initial due diligence phase. So the phase when you're trying to commence that work, that research around a potential client, whether an individual or a company. And really what we're trying to do is give you a report based on everything that the open source internet can find and take away that really heavy lifting, that manual effort that researchers would have to do. The point here is not to replace those researchers, but to give them a really meaningful starting point when actually undertaking this effort. We're also not trying to guide them in deciding whether to accept a client, but we're just presenting the information to help them make the informed decision. Everything that we structure in the report is referenceable. Now it's referenced directly back to the source, and you're able to click through to the underlying article that presents this information. But in addition to that, even with our Xapien Insights capability, which is a generative function, the team have worked really hard to ensure that hallucination is removed from the process. So they've built the model, they've built an overlay on the generative AI capability to ensure that any hallucination is removed immediately before it's presented back to the client. And that gives us and the client confidence that when they are presented information, the hallucination not only has been removed, but the referenceability is absolute. So you can trace back every statement, every fragment of a sentence to its original source and ensure that you're comfortable with the information presented. Now, that doesn't mean to say that we don't recommend relying entirely on that information. We still strongly recommend you check your sources, because that's the sensible thing to do. But you can be confident that the sources are there, they are accurate, and they are real. I think we're seeing a marked shift in the perception of Xapien in the legal space generally, because what we are doing, not only are we presenting all of the information associated with an individual or a company that's open source available, we are now taking that information and we are summarizing it down into meaningful sections. And we've broken these sections down into standardized categories, which we think will be beneficial. Now, obviously, with templating capabilities and with the Ask Xapien capabilities, you can scrutinize that data even more specifically to your needs. So actually, this generative AI capability takes all of the information that we've found and it summarizes it for the user in a really meaningful, really easily digestible way.